Hey, what's up? So I just want to share some thoughts and things that I've learned in regards to Nofap. Um, just some things that have come to mind, some important reminders. Um, First things first, like you are what you think, right? So like whatever you think in your mind, whatever you believe, like you manifest those things into your reality, you know? And you can see that in the scriptures, in what many successful people teach. You know what I mean? And you can see that, like you can recognize that, like I'm sure in your own life, if you at least think about it a little bit. You know, like whatever you think about the most, whatever you put the most attention to, you attract in your life, right? So if you focus on the things of God, if you focus on purity, if you learn the truth, you remember the truth, you keep yourself in alignment with the truth, like that is a huge, fundamental, essential aspect of nofap, you know, of living a life free from using porn, you know, is just like controlling your thoughts, like avoiding inappropriate sexual thoughts. You know what I mean? Um, so that's something I've learned is super important. You know what I mean? Like, so for example, a friend of mine, he told me about how, like, if you go to sleep at night, you know, repeating to yourself or, saying to yourself or, in your head, you're telling yourself, you're listening to affirmations or whatever, that you are the guy that lives a clean and pure life. You are the guy that never masturbates, that never views pornography, that has a life full of success and purpose, um, covenant relationship with God, all that stuff. Then, like, you are more likely to truly manifest that into your reality if you're going to sleep at night thinking that, or listening to like affirmations. You know what I mean? So like you are what you think, you know? That's definitely something that I've learned. And just remembering the spiritual cost of relapsing, you know, the spiritual cost of masturbation and the physical cost of pornography and masturbation. Like if you learn about these things and you recognize the truth, then that's essential, game changer. And then the other way around, the blessings and the benefits and the essential aspects of living a clean, pure life, the blessings of never viewing pornography, never masturbating, like if you truly learn these things and understand them on a deep level, like that is so important, you know? And of course there's just like, you know, um staying away from certain things, not putting yourself in vulnerable situations where, like, you're going on a social media platform and like easily coming across like softcore porn, like um I think for a lot of people, avoiding social media altogether can be an important thing. Um, Not that social media shouldn't be used at all. There's certain ways you can, you know, workarounds you can do to, stay away from pornographic content on social media. But, like, just what I'm saying is just, um, creating the technological situation to where you don't come across pornography, like putting yourself in the position to where you do not come across pornographic content. You do not come across things that trigger you. And if you do every once in a while, when you do every once in a while, which it's kind of inevitable that you will come across something that might be kind of triggering once in a while, you have a strong enough understanding of the truth to where you're not going to fall into temptation. You know what I mean? And you just got to take it one day at a time, you know? You just got to take it one day at a time, you know? There's power in just one day of purity. You know, one day of nofap. There's power in that. You know, remember that, because it all. I mean, that's how it works. You know, you go day by day, one day at a time. You know, like in a nofap video that I made recently. You know, I talked about how, you know, there's a friend of mine that was telling me that he pretty much treats every day like as if he's on day one, you know? And it's so valid. It's so valid, you know? Treat every day like you're on day one, you know? And just remember the truth. You just take one day at a time, you know? Don't focus on the future too much. Don't like think to yourself, oh, like, will I make it to day 90? Oh, that seems so like challenging, so far out. Or will I make it to 2 years or 5 years? You know, like don't think about that. Like just take it one day at a time and just focus on making it your lifestyle. You know, just some thoughts I want to share. And I just want to throw a disclaimer out there. I'm not a master of nofap. I have not gone 90 days, over 90 days yet, but I have gone a couple months clean before in the past several years, you know, up to about 2 months. So, you know, like I've had like a few, you know, month streaks, almost 2 month streaks. So like I have experience with this, you know, living the nofap lifestyle successfully, but I'm still working on going through a full recovery. But I'm just sharing the things that I've learned, the things that I've experienced, the things that I've realized, regardless of the fact that I haven't gone through a full recovery, you know. Yeah, I just want to throw that disclaimer out there. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. Thanks for tuning in.